In today's Coachella video, we're going to be answering your questions that you guys submitted. My name's Angel. If this is your first time coming across my channel, I have over 100 videos all about Coachella. I've been going to Coachella for the last 13 years. Can't wait to meet you guys in the desert, and we're almost there. It's Coachella season, baby. Smile Your Face left a bunch of questions on this poll, so I'm just going to be answering a lot of them. She got down. So the first one is, how does the shuttle pass work? You're going to be getting a shuttle pass, and you need to make sure you know all the spots. Everything's on the Coachella website. It'll tell you where you need to go depending on where you're staying. It's gonna take a while. If you're staying in those areas like Palm Springs, Cat City, Desert Hot Springs, it's gonna take you a long time to get to the festival. I recommend you stay as close as you can to the festival if you're not already camping. And then at the end of the festival, you're gonna have to get in line and find a bus that takes you back to your location. If you reserve a locker, then you need to use it 3 days. So the lockers, the way the lockers work, you have to use them every single day. So to have a lot of stuff and you do not want to be carrying them around the festival, yeah, get a locker. It's gonna cost you right here in the website. It says about $65, $75, and $90 depending on how much stuff you have. You could share it with people, you know, you could split the cost if you come with a couple friends, so it's not that bad. I personally don't get a locker. I just take my camel pack, a hydration pack, backpack. I have a link in the description to an Amazon page with all the items that you might be wanting to buy for Coachella. Again, if this is the first time, I have videos, you know, telling you kind of like what you need to do. So priority for me is hydration. You got to stay hydrated at the festival. I can't stress this enough. What?
Staying hydrated.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, shit. We'll talk about that in another video. But for now, locker rooms, you rent them for the weekend. They are pretty safe. There's like security there. Store extra clothing. Be prepared for hot and desert, sunny, chill desert nights. And it is true, in the daytime it's 100 degrees, but by night you get those like cool, sometimes 70, 60 degrees with like sometimes high winds. And it could get really cold coming to Coachella dressed all naked and shit. At 1 in the morning on Monday, so the end of day 3, Sunday night, you gotta get everything out. Otherwise, we'll donate all your belongings, which is kind of fucked up. Are the food really expensive, like a lot of people say? It's expensive, but food's expensive regardless right now. But you don't even have to spend that much money inside. Just eat some protein. I always recommend people eat protein. Just eat before going to the festival. You save some money. That's pretty simple. Before going to the festival, hit up a local restaurant, get some food at a local, get some snacks. Some people sneak in snacks all the time. Little granola bars, little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I've seen people like carry that around the festival. It can get very pricey if you're just buying like multiple meals, especially if you come with other people, your partner or your friends or whatever. So if you eat just one meal inside, it's gonna cost you around $15, maybe $20. If you're gonna be buying alcohol and that kind of stuff, now you're racking up the numbers because they're selling like $18, $20 drinks pre-game before going to the festival. And you don't even need a drink inside, to be honest. Like, drinking is kind of overrated at Coachella. Last year, weekend 2, I didn't drink at all. I only bought one meal Friday, one meal Saturday, and one meal Sunday. And what I eat inside the festival, like, I always get like an orange chicken bowl with like rice, just like meat and rice, just simple. I'm not really into like the foodie stuff. Like, I'm there to enjoy the music. Long-winded answer, the food is kind of typical. That's how much you spend right now. Like on meals is like what, like $10, $15, even like fast food restaurants. Just budget. I have a whole video about budgeting and ways to save money, so it'll be in the playlist. Can you bring small snacks? Like, just, you have to sneak them in your backpack. Get some backpack, get some light stuff that's, you know, multiple pockets. They don't even pat you down, so you could put stuff in your pockets as long as it's not bulky, and you know, there's metal detectors pick everything else. So just little things around your pockets, or you know, they're not gonna check you. It's true that there is no phone service and internet at the festival. So at Coachella, the signal sucks. Everything is so slow, and it's done on purpose. I had a conversation with somebody that works in communications. The way Coachella prioritizes the communications is between the officers, you know, the sheriffs, the snipers that are on top of the like center building, so many security guards. So the priority is safety of the people. So in order to secure that, they have to lower the bandwidth on everybody inside the festival. And again, also those carriers, when you have 100,000 people in one location, it's hard to get signal. This happens everywhere. So it's kind of a combination of both. They have a couple Wi-Fi areas inside the festival. Sometimes they work okay. Sometimes they even get oversaturated. So you have the HP Lounge area, which is one of my favorite spots to check out. The HP Lounge, like, this whole side of Coachella is so unexplored because people just come to the festival so late, or they just go from stage to stage. You don't get to explore the festival. So I'm talking about like the back side of the festival, where they have the Heineken Dome, where they have the Arctic Dome experience. Then they have the HP tent around that area. So I recommend you guys check that out as soon as you go into the festival. If you don't know any of the artists performing, go to the Heineken tent. If you're over 21, just check it out. It's good to check it out. You come back at night. Some people like to be there instead of watching like other artists. Sometimes you get surprise rappers, surprise DJs perform at these locations. The Arctic Dome is one of the coolest experiences you have to check out. It's a 360 dome that has like visuals. Last year we had this crazy visual, and the song was Damn, it was by Odessa. Take it down easy. The Last Goodbye. Oh my god, The Last Goodbye. Yeah, that song is so fucking fire. I wish Odessa was coming to Coachella, but anyway, the signal's gonna suck, so that's why you need to make a plan with your friend. You text somebody or you're trying to make a phone call, it's not gonna go in. And by the time they get the message and they respond, it's gonna be like 30 minutes have gone by, and you end up, be feeling stupid and wasting your own time trying to find your friend. Before the festival starts, as soon as you walk into the gates, you're gonna walk in, there's a Ferris wheel, and then the Sahara tent to the right, and there's like a merch tent to the left when you first walk in. And you say, oh, at 8 p.m., if we all get lost somehow, or we all decide to split up, we have a big group. Some people want to watch, some people at the main stage, some people want to go to the outdoor theater, some people want to be at the Sahara. Just let your friends split up, whatever, and be like, 8 p.m., we're meeting right here where they sell the tickets at the Ferris wheel. Everybody show up at 8 p.m., 10, 15 minutes, everybody gets together. Then we go watch the main headliners. Or after the festival, I've done that too with my friends. You know what? Have fun, enjoy the festival. I'm going to go explore, go on my own. And when the festival's over, let's meet by the Ferris wheel. Then boom, you guys exit together. You go on your car ride. Try to stay in communication, but just make a plan. Make a plan in case you guys get lost, and it's okay to split up. And you can use any other big structures. I use the Ferris wheel because it's kind of like by the entrance and the exit, so that's a good place for me. Big structures all over the festival. You could pick one of the biggest structures. Just pick a spot. Let your friends know. Are the restrooms that disgusting like some people claimed? The restrooms do get overrun because, it's 100,000 people. They do maintenance them throughout the festival. They come in and clean them up and stuff, but, it's just the demand. I like to go to the bathrooms in the beer gardens because it's less people. Only people 21 and up can get there. The VIP section has its own bathrooms by pretty much every stage. Like, you'll find ways. The Sahara tent too has bathrooms. A lot of people don't even know there's bathrooms edge of the festival by the Sahara tent. Those usually not that packed. You go into the bathroom, there's nothing. Always have wipes with you. The bathroom situation is pretty good compared to other festivals I've been to, but also take your own wipes just in case. And you're at a music festival, so you're gonna have to deal with some uncomfortable situations. Are the lines to the merch very long and crowded? The lines for the merch are just way too long. I don't know how Coachella could make it faster, but it's just so many people trying to get merch, either resellers, you want to have some memories, you want to support your favorite artists. There's just so many cool merch options and stuff. Best day to get the merch is when you first walk in on Friday, because a lot of people show up on Saturday, a lot of people show up Friday night late, a lot of people sometimes only show up for Sunday. If you're waiting till Sunday to get your merch, it's going to be the biggest line because that's when the most people are at the festival. And you don't need to get merch. I also say that too. Do not get that FOMO, I need to go buy this $40 t-shirt. You're at the festival already, and the important thing is for you to have a cool experience. For you to take home a piece of clothing that's gonna set you back because you're overspending or going over your budget. You're already at the festival. You're gonna take pictures. You're gonna have the best time. You don't need to buy a piece of merch. Now, if you can afford it and it's in your budget to get a piece of merch, go for it. Get some merch and get it early. Does Coachella accept cash? They say it's a cashless event. Sometimes they do allow you to pay with cash. Last year we were able to pay with cash at a couple places, but they're going cashless. So it means credit cards and Apple Pay and Android Pay or whatever the hell Android uses. Have cash just for emergencies. Cash is always king. Definitely tips for avoiding having your belongings stolen. And because humans are bad people sometimes, I wish more people were cool. Just be a good person, bro. Be a good person. But there are bad actors, and out of 100 people, there's gonna be one bad person. So phones, and that's one of the biggest things is phones, because people have them in your pocket. You're bumping into people, and then someone pickpockets you. It's never happened to me, but it happened to my friend last year. He lost his phone. He doesn't know how he lost it. Someone probably got it from him during one of the performances. So ways to protect your stuff: you could wear a fanny pack, that way everything's in front of you, or you could wear it like a beliquín, across your shoulder. I have my water camo pack, and I put stuff inside where the water pouch goes. There's a pocket at the top, so it's not gonna get wet.
I was this close to losing my keys at Coachella.
This one's going crazy, dog. He took everything from his backpack.
So make sure you have all your important belongings with you.
And that's I'll talk about what I recommend you take into the festival in another video. But the Osmo Pocket, it's actually in the Amazon page that I was talking about earlier in the description. That's what usually I record with, and I'm not really on my phone. I bring it out, of course. I am gonna be on my phone, but you're not even allowed to be on social media because the signal sucks. Wear a beliquín, something that has everything in front of you. Either a fanny pack, like around your shoulder in the front, a backpack, but don't put stuff like on the outside of the backpack. Make sure everything's inside, like your phone, your keys, your wallet, important items, your ID. Don't be loosey-goosey with your things. If you don't have a backpack, you gotta have a little fanny pack or something, because you don't want to be that person that gets their stuff stolen. And just in case you lose your phone, what was the rule? If you lose your phone and you can't communicate with your friends, make a plan when you walk into the festival, and just in case everyone loses their phone or something happens, you know where to meet your friends after the festival. Where are the best spots to take pictures? And it doesn't matter. That one doesn't matter. It's the whole festival is a great spot to take a picture. Take pictures, have fun, you know, like there's no rules. There are no rules. What do you think is the best time to arrive and wait for the presentation of the headliners on the main stage? For the main headliners, they do get pretty packed. If you could be there 2 artists before they start, if you want to be closer to the front. The right side of the main stage, I feel like everybody's in the middle and on the right side. On the left side, so here's the main stage, waiting for the Weeknd and your boy Swedish House Mafia to close out the night. People are already tired, sitting down, waiting. You know, it's been a long weekend, but finally the final set. We could hear the bass right here from Duke Dumont or whoever the hell is closing out the Sahara. Looks. Walk along the fences if you're on your way to the main stage, and on the left side there's a barricade that separates the beer garden to the walking area. Just stay along there and keep going forward. You know, that's like a good access point, because the barrier kind of guides the people. Like, we're sheep, we need to be guided sometimes. Then on the front of the stage on the left side is going to be the guest artist pass section, and they have the big screen panel, so you can actually watch the artist on the screen panel and you get to see them perform. A good spot to be is in front of the sound booth, in front of the control panel. That's usually the best seat in the house, to be honest, because you get to see the artist in front of you, but then you get to see the panels and you get to see the visuals like face forward. That's how I watched Karol G last year, and I had the best time. So that's a good spot right there too, in front of the soundboard. Is it safe to store things in the car, and are you allowed to enter and exit in the parking lot? And the parking is free of your day parking. That's usually what I do, is day park. I don't recommend leaving and coming back, because show up and just stay there the whole night, because if you try to leaving usually is not a problem like in the middle of the day, but coming back after like 4 or 5 p.m. it could take you an hour and a half to actually get into the festival, and you're gonna miss some of your favorite artists. This happened to me before.
Crazy traffic. It's about 5 p.m. on the last day, weekend 2. Try to get here early, bro, because traffic is insane. It's the last day of Coachella until next year, so everybody's here right now.
I like to show up to the festival unless I want to see somebody early. I don't go till around 4 or 5 p.m. So I'm not exposed to the heat for more than a couple hours, 2-3 hours of the 100-degree weather. Some people like to go into the festival at 12 and be there for 12 hours. Do that. That's good for you. You know, you want to catch as much artists as you can. But for me, 4 or 5 p.m. is good. You still get like 7 hours of music, usually the best artists. It is safe to store stuff in your cars because there's security walking around. I'm not going to say there's a 0% chance of somebody doing anything bad, but I never had a problem. I've never heard of anybody have a problem. What I like to bring in, if you're day parking, you're bringing your car to the festival, have a cooler for before and after the festival where you want to pregame.
It would be a tequila sunrise without the grenadine, but you're getting hydrated and you're getting some vitamin C.
This fool. Some vitamin C with the pants.
All right,
Well,
Coachella Day 2.
Let's go.
Coachella Day 2. But you know what? The food tasted better in the evening yesterday when we got it.
Get some snacks, get some electrolytes, Powerades, cold water. You know, have that stuff in your car. One of my friends, Damien, said he buys a pizza. They eat some pizza before going in, and they have a pizza when they get out of the festival at 1 a.m. You have pizza in the back of your car to like snack on by the time you're waiting for the traffic to get out. And I don't recommend you guys leaving and coming back. You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, do not miss artists because, you know, you're trying to leave. So that's my 2 cents there. They have Lost and Found, but it's a nightmare, and usually it's hard to find your stuff because 100,000 people losing items left and right. If you lose something at the festival and there's a lost and found kiosk at the entrance of the festival, and if you find items or you find someone's phone, security guards, don't give it to a security guard. You have to kind of take it to the lost and found section, or like those information kiosks that are throughout the festival. So if you lose something the first day, you might have to come back the next morning to the lost and found and see if they were able to source it out. There's also a section on the app where they post pictures of things that they found. They post pictures, and you have to show some proof that is yours. Hopefully you have pictures of the things you take in with you. You could take pictures of the things that you have with you, just in case they're like, yeah, that's my item, in case they don't believe you. But they're pretty cool. Like, just hopefully you don't lose your stuff, but there's ways to get your stuff back. How do you register your wristband? So the wristband, actually haven't got my wristband. I haven't seen people on Reddit. I've seen even some other locals. It said my wristband was shipped on Friday, so I should get it hopefully today. Let me get you some older wristbands. This is my Coachella 2020 box. This is going to be a vintage item one year because, this Coachella never happened. And I actually have the 2 bracelets that were never used. It'll come in like this. I haven't got my Coachella box. I'm still waiting. Golden Voice, where you at? I just watched Grupo Arriesgado yesterday. That shit was fire. So right here on the back of the wristband, so it'll say general admission. You see right here it says general admission. So behind it, I don't know if you guys can see that shit. There's a little code. So you need to have the wristband on when you're even driving to the festival, so they no longer let you even drive to the parking lot unless you have your wristband. So once it's on, you gotta tighten it, but once you tighten it, you cannot remove this. So do not put on the wristband until you're literally like that Friday or that Thursday that you're heading to the festival. Do not put it on, and do not lose it, because it'll cost you, I think, $80 or $100 to replace your if it gets damaged or whatever. It's kind of stupid. So all you have to do is that code that's behind the general admission or the VIP or the artist pass bracelet, whatever bracelet you have. There's a little code. It's about 6 letters. You go to the Coachella app. It'll say register. You type in your government name, and then you type in these codes, and now you're officially registered. It doesn't matter who bought the ticket. It doesn't matter whose name was on the original order, because as long as it's not registered, once you register, that becomes your wristband. So once you register, that's it. It's yours. So yeah, just do not put it on, and do not put it too tight. Give some room for you to breathe. I've seen some people like tighten it too much, and now you have to like cut it or whatever. And another thing is, when you're walking in and out the festival, if you're walking back to your car or your campsite, or you're going back to your hotel, whatever, you have to scan on the way out. So that when you come back in, when you scan, everything's fine. If you walk out without scanning, when you come back, they're gonna like send you to the side and making sure that you are the name registered on the wristband. Is the Coachella app helpful? Well, you need it to register. It'll tell you the latest updates, which is cool to use. So the Coachella app is cool because it gives you the latest updates. It lets you know any surprises or any announcements that'll be in the app. It has a map. It has all the FAQs. It has everything you need on the Coachella app. And the thing that Coachella does is they're actually tracking everybody's movement through the Coachella app, because they're collecting data. So they probably have like a heat map, and they know how the crowds are moving. They know which artist has more people. There was a report last year that there was more people watching Big Sean on Friday than Harry Styles at the main stage. How do you get into after parties? That one's really hard. Some of them sell tickets. Some of them you got to know people. But to be honest, yeah, it sounds cool and to be at these exclusive events, but it's about the festival. I don't care if, this famous DJ's playing at some fancy backyard and there's only like 200 people there. Whatever Calvin Harris is going to do inside the festival is going to be 10 times better. Whatever Bad Bunny, whatever Eric Prides, whatever Gorillaz is going to do is going to beat whatever after party. I don't care who's at the after party. Coachella's way better. Enjoy the festival. Don't worry about the after parties. You cannot compete with the $1 million production that they do for the festival for some bougie after party. I don't care what anybody says. Coachella only sells 3-day passes, but so many people say they were able to buy someone's wristband for Saturday and Sunday after the original purchaser used it. So what people do is you cut it close to this side, or hopefully that person was able to slip it out and you could like force your way into the wristband. The activation on the chip resets. So after Friday, even if they didn't scan now, on Saturday, the scan is going to work. Just make sure it's attached. Make sure you just go in, you fucking press it, boom. Hopefully, don't make it too obvious that you like pinned it together or whatever. You're just trying to make it look natural. Best local food spots. Marissa, Galvan. Shout out to Marissa. Best local food spots for tacos, sushi, poke, dispensaries, essentials. I'm making a whole video about this. I don't want to answer this in this video, so I will be making a video talking about my favorite spots in the city that I recommend. Even my favorite spots, but also things that are close to the festival, because again, stay close to the festival. The festival is the focus. Like, there's nothing better than the festival. Like, that's the point of being at the festival. Let me know in the comments more questions. I'll do a second round, a Q&A number 2. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys at Coachella.